Okay, let's go to the mother city now, where the fires that have been ravaging Cape Town have been largely contained by now. Firefighters working hard to douse the flames of those flames are still burning. Western Cape Premier Alan Winde praising the firefighters a little bit earlier today for their hard work in trying to combat the blaze. My colleague, eNCA Monique Mortlock, is joining us now live from the mother city. Monique, good afternoon. Thanks for your time here on the Midday View. We saw that brief press conference with the people involved in fighting this fire, including the Premier of the Western Cape a short while ago. A lot of praise and appreciation for the efforts of the men and women in the front line.
Yes, definitely. Premier Alan Winde only had praise for the firefighters who've really been heroes over the last 3 days. I'm still here at the Dulan Street Fire Station, where the Premier has been speaking to firefighters and also speaking to volunteers. I'm going to ask Temba to just quickly show you what's happening at the back of us. There are many volunteers who've been coming in, dropping bottles of water, energy aid, and food and fruit as well for firefighters, and this will be distributed where it's needed most. But let's quickly take a listen to what the Premier had to say a little earlier.
And of course, yesterday at UCT we got the report back that the fire had again jumped, but of course yesterday the big problem was the choppers couldn't fly. I must say, I was this morning when I got that message that said the choppers are clear to fly, it was within about 2 minutes of that I actually heard the first choppers flying, and I got the opportunity to watch them this morning. I couldn't believe how quickly they were filling and circulating, so that was really amazing to see. And of course we've had that sound across the city the whole day today, and that's a reassuring sound, because that sound it tells us that we're able to really now put water on the fire, which we weren't able to do when those high winds were blowing.
Yeah, Monique, we heard earlier that helicopters had managed to get up in the air after the winds died down, start firebombing some of those areas. What's the latest you can tell us about the firefighting efforts?
So far, what we know is that there are 23 fire engines on the ground just seeing to this fire. There are no houses in any immediate danger, but as you mentioned, those choppers will continue to water bomb those hotspot areas high up on the mountain. The fire chief, Arlene Weir, told us how the 5 firefighters who've been injured in these fires, they are doing quite well, they are recovering, and they're just grateful that no other residents or firefighters have been injured and that no properties were damaged besides the ministerial residents. But let's take a listen to Chief Weir.
Just the current update from where we are from yesterday. We have 2 branches in operation still, with 4 helicopters, well, 2 Oryxes and 2 UEs, doing active firefighting. Today we can utilize our aerial appliances, unlike yesterday, which we had windy conditions. So the 2 areas we're basically concentrating right now is at Devil's Peak and at UCT, where we're doing some damping down at the facility. We've also got an aerial appliance in there so that we could better damp down the area at that. And also our firefighting crews, yesterday they worked tremendously and they made heavy inroads on where we were. They actively fought the fire without any aerial support, so big ups to our firefighters as well. And also to our communities, thank you for all the support. All the other agencies, thank you for all the assistance and support, making it possible for us to do our duty.
Monique, finally, I mean, you are at the Roland Fire Station. We are seeing volunteers still out there. This is like the 3rd day in a row. People have been out to try and assist with all kinds. Cape Townians opening their hats and wallets and giving all kinds of support for the firefighting, for a firefighting effort. I mean, that's a very good spirit, I guess, to note at this time.
Yes, definitely, and we've been seeing that spirit of Ubuntu at the different points that we've been. We were at Deer Park earlier this morning where residents of Deer Park, a couple that we spoke to, were bringing coffee to the firefighters. Here at the Ruland Street fire station, we've seen so many volunteers, even UCT students themselves bringing in donations for firefighters, and at the old Mutual building, the Gift of the Givers have set up a command center where dozens of volunteers have also been coming in to help distribute meals, food packs and toiletries over there.
That's beautiful. It's a beautiful human spirit. Thank you very much. That's Monique Mortlock, my colleague there at the Roland Fire Station in Cape Town. Remember, there is that small matter of the business news that will come up shortly.